What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical average American here today to react and learn about this Canada versus United States country comparison. From what I can tell here, this video has lots of different little things like comparing the US and Canada, like population and like the governments and the demographics and all sorts of interesting little things comparing different data points and values between the US and Canada. So I thought this would be quite interesting. Not that it's a competition or anything, but there is a versus on the screen. I didn't put it there. There's a versus, which kind of transforms it into a competition. Some could interpret, but but I will neither say here nor there about that. It's all in good fun. US versus Canada. Let's see, probably some interesting stuff in here. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, we got starting out very basic. Yeah, the flags, sure. Honestly, I really like the Canadian flag. Maple leaf, iconic. Americans love it. They're obsessed with the Canadian flag. National emblem. Honestly, now that I look at it, we do have a national emblem, huh? With an eagle and stars. Americans don't really think about that thing. Do Canadians really think about their national emblem much? It's like a crest, a coat of arms. Huh, I'd kind of forgotten about that, to be honest. But I guess they're nice. Oh. Okay. Moving right along. National holiday. Oh, yeah, Canada Day. There's a Canada Day, isn't there? Yeah, Americans very happy and proud of our Independence Day. Woohoo! Declared independence from Great Britain. Yes, Happy Canada Day. I like how it says Happy Canada Day. July 1st. Union of British North American Colonies. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna have to learn more about Canada Day. Like, that deserves its own video. Canada Day. Probably some cool stuff. Americans go crazy for Independence Day. 4th of July, we go nuts. Okay. Capital. Ah, okay, the capital of our nations. Yes, Washington, D.C. I feel like most of the world is aware of that, just because a lot of stuff and decisions in the White House, all in Washington, D.C. Ottawa. Yes, I knew that. I definitely knew that. Canada. Capital is Ottawa. Pretty beautiful place. I've actually watched videos on it. Pretty awesome place. United States-Canada area? Oh, the actual land area. Okay, we're really getting to the weeds here. So, America is a little tiny bit bigger than Canada? Is that true? No. Wait. Yeah, according to this, wait, why do we get a number 3? Like we're ranked 3rd. And Canada gets a number 2, but the land in kilometers squared, there's more American land area in kilometers squared. About 50,000. That's not that much difference. They're both at 9 million. It's like a 50,000 kilometer difference. What's 50,000 kilometers between friends, right? Inland water. Okay, more in Canada. I have noticed there is a lot of lakes and whatnot. Coastline. Oh, this is where Canada. Isn't Canada have the biggest coastline on the planet? It's like all touching water. Like, except for that huge part touching that one country underneath Canada. I don't remember what that is. Government. Okay. Federal presidential versus federal parliamentary. Huh. Right, Canada doesn't have a president, but they do have a prime minister. But it is like numerous houses and a parliament, if I'm remembering. Technically, the United States is a constitutional republic. Gosh, I don't even think of it in those terms. I'm sure that's like the technical definition. And Canada is a constitutional monarchy? It's not a monarchy, though. I think technically, just because of ties to the British Empire, Canada is technically a constitutional monarchy, but its government functions like very normally, with different like branches of parliaments and a prime minister. Head of state. Oh, here we go. Oh, the head of state is technically the monarch? Well, this video is out of date. How out of date is this video? 1 year? It's only 1 year old. So it's not Queen Elizabeth, it's King Charles now. That's technically the Canadian head of state, the British monarch? Huh, I didn't know that. Of course, the United States. President, 4-year term. Salary, $400,000. Yeah. Lucky for presidents and politicians in the United States, there are so many ways for them to get outrageously wealthy through appearances and talking and donations, and I'm not even going to get into that. But becoming a politician in America, such as the president, you'll become incredibly wealthy, like multimillionaire, no problem. You can write books. Like I know Obama has best-selling books and whatnot, and makes appearances and all sorts of stuff that can make you big bucks. So the $400,000 salary is not. That's technically what the government pays them, I suppose. And the Canada monarch, yeah, Her Majesty, His Majesty, hereditarily appointed. Yeah, okay. I just didn't know that the monarch was technically the head of state. I would Oh, wait a minute. What? It's changing. Whoa! Oh my. Okay. Update. Breaking news. Governor General. I've heard that before. That's like the person. Yeah, the representative of the Canadian monarch. Like the Canadian representative. That's kind of the connection between the monarch and Canada's like parliamentary government, I think. Here we go. Head of government. Okay, so before head of state, head of government. Okay, so there's a difference between head of state and head of government. That's what I was kind of missing. Head of government, president, we've talked about him. Canada, prime minister, Justin Trudeau. Seems like he's been there forever for us Americans. Like he's been there a while at least. Election legislature. No set terms? Wait, what? No set term. I'm gonna have to, like, brush up on my Canadian, like, election. What do you mean, no set term? How do you re-elect the Prime Minister? Aren't they just the... Oh gosh, what was it? Is the Prime Minister the head of the ruling party in Canada? The majority party in Canada, who's ever the party head, is Prime Minister? Am I getting that confused with somewhere else? Maybe. I need to learn about Canadian term lengths. No set terms. Just Prime Minister forever. Indefinitely. $260,000 salary. Probably similar to the United States, where, yeah, that's what the government pays you, but there are lots of ways for politicians to become rich. Okay. We can move along. Although I did learn something from this slide. Interesting. Military. Oh boy. Here we go. Yep. United States ranked #1 of 140. Yeah, I'm not even that proud of this. I'm not even like that happy. Yeah, we win this one. It's like no contest. Our budget, $740 billion. Maybe that's the part that annoys me, I think. Canada, $23 billion. Not even a tenth. Almost like not even 1/10 of the American budget. It's like 1/30th, 1/40th of the oh my gosh. Yeah, that is sad. America. You know, for a long time, Americans are very proud of our military. Still are. We're proud of the people who serve in our military, the individuals who serve. But, like our budget, come on. How many, like, aircraft carriers, jets, and missiles do you need to, like, we're so far beyond what is necessary. I think that's the thing. That our budget that could be spent on, improving the United States infrastructure, paying teachers more, like all sorts of like helping people in poverty, paying for medical care, health care. Instead, our taxes go to the military budget. Yikes. Anyway, we have 2.2 million personnel for the Canadian military. 100,000. Yes, much smaller, but United States is number one in this category, so any military in the world would kind of be lower numbers in comparison. Yeah, I mean, it does make us feel safe, I guess, like very safe, but we could still feel safe and not be spending $800 billion, probably. That's just, call me crazy. I don't know. Call me crazy. Who knows? Oh, population. Oh, cool. Population. 330 million. It's increased. Like, we used to be taught in America just like a decade ago that we were at 300 million people. Now it's 330. It's like a 10% increase. 4% of the world. That's an interesting stat. I never knew that America was 4% of the world. Canada, 38 million. Not 33 or 30 like I thought. 38 million. Probably more now. It's been a year since this was made. 0.4% of the world is Canadians. How fun. Oh, population density. That's cool. 4 per kilometer squared versus 34. Yeah, Canada has like a very low population density, but I do know that I think the most popular parts of Canada, cities and provinces, are very highly densely populated. And then you got territories and provinces that have basically such a low population that that brings the overall density down, if that makes sense. Gender ratio. This should be 50-50, you would think. United States, 49. Canada, 49% male. United States, 50% female. Canada, 50% female. So for both, basically the correct genetic distribution, because I actually, fun fact, from whatever I've studied about biology, because of how genetics work and creating babies and in conception and all of that, when a new human cell is created, that first cell, there is a slightly higher chance, because of how the process works, that it will be a female created. So that is why there is like 0.5 to 1% more females than males on the planet. I hope that's correct, because that's what I remember. Maybe I made that up. But that is just very interesting. Regardless. United States, Canada, age structure. Okay. Is there anything super significant here? Wow, Canada and the US is very similar. Very, very similar. Both have the biggest population in 25 to 54-year-olds. Both are about 40% of both Canada and America. Is 25 to 54-year-olds. And Canada has 3%, no, 2% more 65 and older. That's kind of significant. And America has more young people, 0 to 14. Interesting. So where's Canada beating America? It has more 25 to 64-year-olds. Interesting. Religion. Let's see here. Any significant difference here? Christianity, basically the same. I didn't know that about Canada. That, although I know Christianity is extremely prevalent all over the planet, I didn't know that it was so similar to the US. Makes sense. No religion. The US is a bit higher. Others, and in Canada, they're actually including Islam. There must be a significant Islamic population in Canada. Cool. Unanswered or others. Okay. Okay. Sort of interesting. Ethnic groups. Okay. Nationality American, Canadian. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, United States, mostly white. And Canada, mostly European. Oh, so it's like slightly different terminology here, I guess, just because of the makeup of the ethnicity of the populations. We're saying we're calculating Canada in terms of European descent rather than white, as in America. And Canada has the indigenous population as well, and that very large Asian population in Canada, where it's quite small in the United States. Um, I don't know if I realized Canada had such a large Asian population. That's very interesting. Huh. Okay. Education. School life expectancy. uh, that's an interesting way to put that. School life expectancy, like the amount of years you spend in school. 16 for both kids in the US and Canada. Okay. Primary to tertiary education, right. Canadian and American education seems to be pretty darn similar. Health per 1,000 population. Oh. So, birth rate, 12, a little higher than Canada, but when this was made, the birth rate in both America and Canada is higher than the death rate, which is good. It's very good. Physicians. Oh, United States has slightly more physicians per 1,000 people, and slightly more hospital beds. Okay. These are some fun facts. Oh, how you say hello? Hello! And in Canada, you might say hello. You might say bonjour. Yes, famously to Americans, Canada has the French-Canadian thing going on. Pretty cool. United States, Canada. Although, the United States does have a lot of Spanish speakers. So honestly, as an American, a lot of us are in agreement that if we were bilingual, it would make a lot of sense for Americans to be taught Spanish. A lot of American students are taught some Spanish, though. Just not very seriously or not on like a big enough scale to where the US population is at all bilingual. We are definitely not. Currency. US dollar. Canadian dollar. I mean, I will say one thing. Canadian money is so much cooler than American money. And it's not close. Um, the Canadian money is like high tech, right? It's like got special paper. It's hard to tear. It's got the color and the strips to stop counterfeiting. American money has gotten a little better. It's gotten some counterfeit proof stuff on it. And the president's, yep, kind of puts you to sleep after a while. US dollar worth 1.2 Canadian dollars at the making of this video, anyway. I wonder if the Canadian dollar is going to update to include a dollar with King Charles on it. GDP. Yes. Is America the number one, the highest GDP, the value, largest economy in the world, or is that China? I actually don't know. I know it's getting quite close. Maybe I can Google it. Why not? Biggest economy. Whoop. Economy in the world. United States, and then number 2, China. I don't know how accurate this is. That is what Google is telling me. So I have no choice but to believe it. Okay. United States, like $2.2 trillion. Canada, 1.8. Okay. I mean, comparing our population sizes, that sounds like about right. Top export goods. Oh, I was hoping to see maple syrup on the Canadian slide for top exported goods. It really does export the most maple syrup. That should be there Phooey. Phooey to mineral products. Electrical machinery? Export? I didn't even know that for the United States. Seems like we just import a lot of microchips and like machinery from like Taiwan and China, I thought. Huh. In Canada, oil. Okay, right, oil. I think I knew that. Still want to see the maple syrup there though. United States, Canada, main export partners. Right, here we go. That's right. US exports does a lot of trade with Canada. Beautiful. Love it. Mexico. That makes sense. China, Japan, Germany. Didn't know that. Canada. 73% of trade with the United States. That's pretty cool. Then China, UK, Japan, and Mexico. I knew these top ones. Didn't know about some of these like third and fourth and fifth place ones though. That's very interesting. Export partners, trade partners. Top imported goods. Yeah, electrical machinery. What are you talking about? We export the most electrical machinery and import the most electrical machinery? I don't know. Maybe. Canada, electrical machinery. Yeah, that seems to be because I'm pretty sure a lot of the best microprocessors, microchips, and electronics are made on the other side of the world. Main import partners. China. Okay, so I was correct about China being one of our major importers. Mexico and yeah, Canada, of course. I never thought about how much trade we do with Mexico. Of course. And Canada, a lot of importing from US, China, Mexico as well, and Germany. Both Canada and the US doing a lot of trade with Germany. Didn't know that. Olympic Games medals. Oh, wow. Okay. So we have... Actually, I was going to say the US has a lot more gold medals than Canada, but it makes sense compared to our population pools. And when you compare the Winter Games, though, Canada, for its population, is destroying the United States in Winter Games gold medals. The fact that Canada has that many gold medals in Winter Games, and it's so close to the American amount, that makes sense. Canada is good at winter sports because there's a lot of cold winter. Best dish, apple pie, poutine. I thought I reacted to a video about stuff that was not invented in the United States. And one of the things was apple pie. Like, apple pie wasn't even invented in the US. Yet, there's that saying, American is apple pie. It's kind of crazy. And, of course, poutine. Can't say enough about the poutine. Poutine of Canada. Classic. Delicious. Looking, anyway. Haven't tried it. National animals. That's right. The beaver. I never knew it was the beaver, man. I thought, hey, maybe it's a moose. I don't know. A maple leaf, which is not an animal. Although this says official symbol. National animal. Beaver. And of course, for America, the bald eagle. Who would win in a battle? Bald eagle or beaver? I'm not going to answer that. Depends on how, I mean, that beaver, he looks like he's up to something. Probably put up a decent fight. Communications. Oh, okay. .us, .ca. Okay. I don't know if this deserved its own slide. Calling code, +1. Okay. Nothing terribly interesting about communications, at least what they chose to present. Tourists. 1.66 million? Is this per year? Yeah, 2019. 1.66 million tourists to US versus 32 million to Canada. Canada's like only 1/5 the tourism of the US. That's pretty darn good, I think. Although Canada is a huge place. Passport. Okay. I don't know how you would rank these. Yeah, Canadian one looks cool. I don't know what to say about that. Monthly income. Whoa. Okay. 5.4 thousand versus 3.8 thousand? Calculated from the gross national income per capita. Cost of living index. I'm not sure exactly what some of these stats mean, but this is making it look like that the average monthly income is bigger in the United States. Is that true? Richest person. I think this has changed. Well, maybe David Thompson and family is the richest in Canada. David Thompson. Didn't I just learn about him? David Thompson. Wait. Not the basketball player. Not the basketball player. Canada. Oh, come on. David Thompson and family. David Thompson. Canada rich? Let me say rich. Oh. What? British Canadian fur trader? That is not who we're talking about. There's no way, unless this guy is immortal and has been living since the 17th century. There happens to be two David Thompsons from Canada who are rich. Anyway, I know Elon Musk is the richest person, richest American in the United States at this point. But Jeff Bezos was synonymous with richest person for such a long time. US and Canada crime index. Canada is better here, right? Yeah, safety higher, crime lower. Yeah, not as, well, I was gonna say not as bad as I thought, but like 6% more crime is like terrible. That's a ton. Just because 6% is a small number, 6% more crime is a big deal. So Canada is doing much better with the crime and safety. And there we have it. That is it. That was pretty interesting. A lot of those slides actually had some pretty good information. This was by Facts King, and I liked it. I liked it indeed. For those, what are these, any interesting comments? For those wondering, the US does not have an official language. Most speak English. Yes, yes indeed, and Spanish. A lot of Spanish in the US. I love my Canada. I love our beautiful neighbors. Oh, that's beautiful. Both are our friends. No need to compare. Indeed. But we did. So it's too late. We compared them. Seems like America has a lot of great stuff going for it. Canada has a lot of great stuff going for it. So, yeah, it's all in good fun, making comparisons. It's mostly just interesting. Interesting to see what each of our nations does best. And just learning more like random stuff about the distribution of like things, population, ethnicity, stuff in Canada. So it's very interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this reaction, feel free to give it a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada, Canadian culture, stuff in Canada that I have never seen, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.